Hi everyone, today's topic is war talents. I'm going to try to teach you on your own how to choose the best talents for you. So grab the popcorn, prepare for a nice bathroom break. Hopefully this video helps you out. I'll be focusing on Generation 5 years on this video. Even if you don't care about that, it will still teach you how to do it for other generations. If you're on Generation 6 or something else, I will for sure make something soon enough. First things first, there is no one good talent order. So basically when someone asks which one of the talents should you focus at, well, since they added plasma skills, things started to change. Hero skills also can sometimes favor attack to lethality, maybe defense over health, or vice versa. Now what does plasma skill have to do with anything? Well, let's go ahead and read the infantry skill. So, newly developed infantry weapons will have a 25% chance, and it becomes 37.5% for Plasma 5, to form an electric barrier to reduce 36% damage. Now, this skill right here is one of the reasons why infantry is favored in formations. Now, for the sake of this video, I couldn't decide if I should focus on Pulse Elites, which is Tier 11, or Tier 10's Executioners, so I'm just gonna do both. This is why I made this video into chapters, so it should be easier for you to skip the part you don't care about. Allow me to take a moment to remind you to subscribe if you wish to support me. A like on this video would be tremendous. I also want to thank AppGallery for sponsoring this video. Alright, so starting strong with Pulse Elites or Tier 11s. Now, I don't understand why we have stats for Plasma 4 and below for Pulse Elites. I mean, it's not like you can get Tier 11s if you're not Plasma 5. So basically, this makes all this useless. So the only one that matters is this one. Plasma 5, we have Attack 15, Lethality 14, Health 21, and Defense 21. Since this is infantry, what we care about is health and defense. However, defense and health are both the same. But we have more attack than lethality. So it makes more sense to go for attack defense, since we have either attack defense or health lethality. It only makes sense to go for attack and defense. However, we're not taking into account the hero skills or other things such as your alliance. I'll talk about this later. Let's move on to Pulse Predators or Tier 11s. The same thing goes for Tier 11s here. These stats don't make sense, they don't exist in game. So basically we only look at this. If you look carefully, we have Attack 21, Lethality 20, Health 15, Defense 16. Attack and Defense are more than Health Lethality. So for sure, go for Attack Defense on Riders. Now finally moving on to Hunters. The Laser Eyes, Tier 11s. Same thing goes here. You cannot have Tier 11s if you're not P5. We have Attack 22, Lethality 21, Health and Defense both the same. It's better to go for Attack Defense. This is my recommendation for Tier 11s. Now let's do Tier 10s. So for Tier 10 Hunters, it gets complicated. Since this is Hunter, you should look first at Attack and Lethality. For Plasma 4, go Attack Defense. For Plasma 3 and 2, it will depend on your generation. But for Generation 5, I'd go for Attack Defense because of Roxy, and I'll explain later. For Plasma 1 and below, go for Lethality and Health. You guys should get the idea by now. So tier 10 infantry, we should focus first on health and defense. For plasma 5, they're the same, but since attack is more than lethality, you can go for attack defense. If you're plasma 4 and below, go health lethality. Even if attack is more than lethality, health for infantry is more important. Finally, for tier 10 riders, tier 10 riders should absolutely go for attack and defense. Plasma 4 should go for also attack defense. The same thing goes for Plasma 3. The same goes for Plasma 2. For Plasma 1 and below, go for lethality and health. Let's talk now about how hero skills can affect formations and talents. Generation 5 heroes are Emma and Eli, Roxy, and Tweak. Let's begin with Emma and Eli. Emma and Eli is a brawler, which means his skills and stats should focus mostly on infantry. The first and third skill, if you read it carefully, it focuses on defense. Emma shifts from an attacking state to a defensive state. So the first and third skill are basically defense. The second skill, deter odd enemies and absorb 10% less damage from them, which is also a defensive skill. Let's move to Roxy. Let's talk about the second skill first. Every 3 attacks, her attack plus 5% permanently stackable. This skill is not focusing on damage or lethality, it's focusing on attack, and more specifically her attack. And since here it says her attack, it means hunter attack. And I'm gonna stress about the words attack here. It doesn't say damage, it doesn't say lethality, it says attack. So this skill is purely focusing on hunter attack. The third skill is increasing hunter damage as well as giving us a defensive shield. However, the first skill, it makes us do 40% extra damage to enemy riders and 20% extra damage to enemy hunters. So this means if the enemy doesn't have any riders or hunters, this skill is useless. What I'm trying to say is, if an enemy is attacking you and you have a lot more infantry, this skill is not gonna hurt you. The same goes the other way around. So it makes sense to use a little bit less of them, and especially use less riders. So this skill supports the idea that we should use less riders and less hunters than infantry. The first skill is increasing infantry's damage as well as hunter damage. So basically, the more hunter and infantry we have, the more this skill is going to apply. The second skill, however, it will restore infantry health. It's not even focusing on riders. This is a rider hero focusing on infantry now. This is a good reason to also use more infantry than riders. Keep in mind here that the more attack you have, the more health you get. So it only makes sense to increase our attack and not health. So let's summarize everything and prepare for the talents. Basically, for tier 11s, which is Plasma 5, go for attack defense. Tier 10, Plasma 5, attack defense. If you're Plasma 4 and below for infantry, go lethality health. When it says equal here, it means you can use both attack defense or lethality health, but since the hero skills favor attack defense, maybe you should change this to attack defense. Someone should count how many times I said attack this video. Alright, so let's just do the talents right now. I'm currently Plasma 4, okay? And these are my troops. I have Plasma 4 Infantry, Plasma 3, Riders and Hunters. Let me show you my talents and why I chose every single talent. So since I'm Plasma 4 Infantry, I went with Health and Lethality. But keep in mind, my hero skills are favoring attack defense. Am I sure that Health and Lethality are my best options? Yes. I attacked level 30 infected with 45,000 troops. This is the setup. 30,000 infantry, 5,000 riders, 10,000 hunters. I did 2 attacks where I had full skills but favoring attack defense. These first 2 are attack defense. The 3rd and 4th were health lethality. For the 4th attack, I had more troops survived when I had health and lethality. But when I use attack defense, I had less survivors. Now moving on, it says here, Riders Plasma 3 go for attack and defense. Hunters also attack and defense. If you're Plasma 5, Tier 10 or Tier 11, so far do the same as me, but go for attack defense instead. Do everything attack defense, basically. Now, if you notice, we're using a lot more infantry in our formations. This is why you should always choose infantry. Even if it's attack defense for me, always go for infantry when choosing between the 3 types of troops. So here, we go for infantry. Always infantry. I'm gonna go health lethality here. Again, if you're tier 11 or Plasma 5, go for attack defense. If you're Plasma 1 or less, do everything health and lethality. Now, I'm not max level chief. If I were, I'd go for this one and this one. Since I do not have maximum talent points, usually you should go for these 2. But since I only have 18, I'm going for this one. Now, I got a huge advice for you. If you're a big rally lead with tier 11 and everything, but your alliance is P4 and below, going attack defense might benefit you solo. But if you make rallies, you're at a slight disadvantage. Everyone in your team has more health over defense, but you are choosing attack defense. In this case, I recommend you go health lethality. That way you will boost everyone that joins you, and it will not hurt you too much. Do this if more than half of the people who join you are less than P5. If you get more P5s in your team, then you can stick to attack defense. That's why you must introduce your team to App Gallery. It lets you get your State of Survival packs a lot cheaper. It's a mobile store that lets you download apps just like any other game store, but with a twist. It offers cheaper game packs, promotions and coupons for your games. This is the current promotion they have for State of Survivals. This promotion you can get 15% free daily coupon. You also get 10% cashback on every single purchase using App Gallery. Additionally, you get all these 3 coupons, and if you join the VIP program, you get an additional 15% cashback. So that makes it 25% cashback. However, VIP is for people who spend more than 1,000 per month. Even free-to-play people can get free in-game items as game codes, for example. So that will benefit absolutely everyone.
I posted a video where I go in full details about this, link will be in the description.
Thanks to App Gallery, the more P5 you have, the more you can take advantage of attack defense. Thank you guys for watching this far. Like and subscribe to support me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.